Long day. It's beautiful out today. Really nice. Went over to my friend's house and played in the dirt all day. So I'm dirty. Don't mind, dirty fingernails and stuff. I was literally weeding, flower beds and, picking up leaves, all kinds of crap. But got home on my deck. It's amazing outside. Turned the radio on for a little bit. Just hanging out here, and I feel like smoking a bowl of pipe tobacco. So I have my 7 Ellie, my little honey Dublin, and I have a new tobacco which I have not tried yet, so that's why you're watching this, because I'm doing a review. Moontrance, $8.03 at, come on, you got it, pipesandcigars.com. Good guess. Why them? Because they're great. I've had really good experience with them. Highly recommended by all you guys out there, all the pipe channels. They were talking about them a lot. That's why I decided to use them, and I couldn't be happier. But anyway, we're going to try this. Now, I will tell you, even though I've never had this before, I have had the cigarellos, which were sent to me by a very good friend down in Florida. And they were really good. So I'm going to try not to compare them to the cigarellos, even though the same company, same thing. They may be different. So I'm going to go into this with a blank slate and see what's up. So I'm going to do this whole process with you, because people have been asking for that, so that's what you're going to get. Got my pipe, have my pipe tool, have my tobacco, and my lighter, and the camera, and me, and a seat, and beautiful weather, and the radio. So, what else do we need, right? Let's see, Moontrance. It is by CAO, flavors. They have a bunch of different flavors, cherry, vanilla, they got some kind of citrusy thing, I think. Moontrance is exotic fruit and bourbon vanilla. And let's crack this open. It's a really good smelling aromatic. I don't know what it's going to taste like or smell burning. It was by a crotch rocket. Smells good. Nice little variety there in color. So let's turn the camera down a little bit here, and we will do this together. Alright, so tobacco, pipe, tool. Alright, so basically this is what I do. I pinch it up and there goes the cops stopping the crotch rocket. Whoop whoop. Alright, so that's what I do. I kind of fluff it up in here. You can see, because these tins are compressed, so I kind of give it a little pinch and twist. And you got a bunch of loose tobacco. And I take my pipe. And there's, you know what, every time I do this, I don't really put a lot of thought of it. When I first started smoking a pipe, it was like very ritualistic. And now it's just convenient. But it seems to work just fine. This is what I've been doing. Sprinkle it in until it's filled. Just like so. Tamp it down with your finger. Nothing special. Don't push really hard. Nice and easy. Repeat the process. Okay. Shake off the extra, tamp down, and then you want it like a third time, and that's usually good. Okay, tamp it down. Now what I do like to do is at the end, top of the bowl, I do like to use my thumb thing and twist the tobacco in the bowl. It spins everything together, kind of interweaves it. It really does help with keeping the bowl lit the whole time. So good stuff. Alright, so there's my pipe. Put my tobacco away. Tool, lighter, pipe, camera, action. Oh, extreme close-up. I don't like that. Let's see. Yes, a tank top weather. Can you believe it? It's pretty nice. Getting a little... I'm not so flabby anymore, so I like actually seeing my arms and what they're supposed to look like. Used to look like two, I don't know, oversized pillows. Alright. Here we go. I hear another bike. charring light. Ooh, domino. Can you even hear the music in the background? Telling you, summertime is finally upon us. A little bit of thunder there. Alright. For some reason with this pipe, I really want to keep it nice, but I don't like the softy bit on it. So I'm going to take it off. And generally speaking, I don't like the softy bits or this little rubber thing. It's to keep you from, first of all, scratching the, you know, the bit itself with your teeth and marring it up and stuff, but also just for comfort. And if you keep it in your mouth, it is really comfortable and it's very purposeful. But I don't generally I'm not like multitasking. I'm just out here enjoying this, so I'm just going to take it off. So much better. Some pipes, it really just depends. Some of my pipes, I really like the softy bits, and some I don't. So, let's relight this thing. Pretty good initially. Sometimes it's weird that there's a camera, you know? There's a lot of stuff I like to do. And like ever since I started YouTube videos, I feel like if I experience something cool and I don't film it, it's like a missed opportunity. It's actually a really strange feeling. Alright. Initially, it's pretty good. Totally different from the cigarillos. The pipe tobacco, unlike the cigarillos, at least up front, you don't have as much sweetness. And that's basically because on the cigars itself, that the leaf on the end, you know, where you're putting your mouth over, is literally caked with some kind of sweetener. So I don't have that, but the flavor's good. It's just I don't know. Kind of hard to explain. It's supposed to be exotic fruit and bourbon vanilla. I like it. It's just I'm having a hard time thinking of how to explain it. Nothing fruity, not initially. More on the rich, creamy side. I could pick up on some of the bourbon. Yeah, it's definitely got that kind of liqueur type thing going on. That kind of sweetness you would get from like a good bourbon. I don't know why you guys want to see me smoke. It's kind of weird. I don't know. This is why I like when I do these reviews. Like, I like relaxing in here, but like I'm conscious of like you. Like I'm trying to just enjoy myself. It's a beautiful spring day. Storm on its way, dark clouds off yonder. And it's like I get caught up in the moment for a second. I pan around and it's you. I'm like, oh, that's right, making a video. It's okay. I like it. It is a strange feeling though, being like a YouTuber. I mean, you're just, like I said, if I experience something, I'm like, I'll give you a perfect example. About 2 weeks ago, I saw a nice red fox run across the road. I was taking my like daily walk around the block, and I was thinking, wow, that's a beautiful thing. And I thought, man, I wish I had my camera. And like, that's something that a lot of people don't experience in life, is wanting to just capture everything on film. So it's a little bit, I don't know, it's just a little strange. Not necessarily a bad thing, just strange. Okay, the tobacco right now, I just got a little bit of a fruity hit right there. And it's kind of back to bourbon and sweetness. Man, it's beautiful out. I'm really happy that spring is here. I really like it a lot. Let's see how this smells on the room note, even though I'm not in a room. Waft. Remember that in science class? You don't just like stick your nose in there and, you know, in case there's like strong chemicals, you waft it in. I do this when I try to get a room note. I hold the pipe like that, you know, my pinky, and I just kind of, I don't directly smell it over there because it's too strong. It'll like burn your nose hairs. So I just kind of get above there, so it's kind of funneling up through my hand. You can get a pretty good smell that way. Oh my God, that smells really good. Oh man, that is one of the nicest smelling aromatics. Really rich and creamy, and it kind of smells like icing. Like imagine like vanilla icing, and I don't know, like kind of like a cake, like a fresh birthday cake that you just took out of the oven. That warm cake. I mean, you could smell the sweetness and the just richness of it, but then that icing, like a good, rich buttercream vanilla icing. Oh my God. Nothing really fruity. I had one little fruity hit. It was one draw. It tasted kind of fruity, but it wasn't. That was pretty much it. It doesn't taste really fruity, which is not a bad thing. You know, sometimes the combination of fruit and vanilla, and like, it seems a little weird, like it's kind of a sweet and tangy type thing, you might imagine, but I'm not disappointed that there's no fruit, put it that way. That's my point. By the way, if it feels like it's going out a little bit, or if you take a draw and there's like nothing, like it's going out, you'll see some people do this. They put their fingers over the top, and it basically lessens the air, creates more of a vacuum, so that when you go to suck it, it's pulling that ember down into the newer tobacco. So that's what it is. Sometimes when you see someone hold it, their two fingers over here like this, or how I've been doing is I just put my whole palm over it. See how it gets it going? And you get that good, rich, thick smoke again. Just be careful, because it is burning in there, so it could get hot. But anyway, ooh-wee. Alright. At this point, what I usually do, and particularly when the camera's not on as well, is I will just let it rest, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it down and let it rest for a minute. It's not a game, it's not a race, you don't have to just smoke until it's gone. That's not the purpose here. It's supposed to be relaxing, you know? So this is the point in which you kind of sit back. Maybe you're smoking along with a drink, maybe it's an alcoholic beverage, maybe it's coffee, maybe it's Kool-Aid, maybe it's a cup of water. Doesn't really matter. It's the whole experience. Oh, I hear crotch rocket again. See if the cop's still following him. Oh, no, it's a different one. Here he comes. Let's get him on camera here for you. Come on, crotch rocket. Go for it. Yeah. Boo-hoo. He might take off now that he saw me. He thinks he's cool. Wait for it. He's alright. Alright, back to me. I only say that because in my area, occasionally you get some younger kid on one of those like Kawasaki bikes or something. And don't get me wrong, they're cool. I'm calling them crotch rockets, but you know, I'm just jealous because I don't have one. But they're cool bikes and everything. A lot of the times, at least the kids that are around here, they just like to fly around, you know. And that's fine, but you know, there's little kids walking and stuff. So I hate to sound like an old man or someone grumpy, but occasionally they'll be flying by. I'll just give them the finger. They think, oh, like, what was that for? And then they speed off because they think they're cool. Actually, I had a guy the other day. I shouldn't say guy, he was a young kid. Maybe like, oh, I went out. And you know what? That's totally fine. I'll tell my story real quick. He was in a new Camaro, one of those new ones. White, brand new, right? Kid must have been like 19 years old. And I was, you know, going kind of slow down the block here. And he called me. I was outside, you know, raking my leaves and stuff. And I just gave him like one of these, like, you know, like a cool nod. Hey, what's up? Because we kind of caught eyes. And I always do that. It's awkward if you don't. Do you ever like find someone in public and you like meet eyes and you just stare at them? That freaks people out. And occasionally, guys do this. It's like an alpha thing. If you lock eyes with someone and there's like a couple seconds of like staring at each other, don't back down. All right, that's totally an alpha thing. And if you like get weird by it and you're like, ugh, and you like can't look anymore, you lost, man. Don't do that. Okay, he totally just, you know, eye effed you. Okay, don't get beaten by the eyes. If someone locks in with you and you're staring at them, keep it going until they turn. Then you can feel like big man on campus, you know? That's so stupid. I don't know why I even said that, but sometimes I do that. I like things like that in life, like the weird little moments, you know? But anyway, so this kid, we locked eyes, and I'm like, what's up? Kind of a head nod. And he's with his friend, so of course he has to show off, right? So he pulls the end of the corner. I'm like on a quarter lot here, where my house is. He stops, and I think nothing of it. Then all of a sudden, he just guns it, just peels out, kicks up rocks, and just takes off, right? I'm thinking, wow, you're cool. You can move your foot 4 inches. Awesome. It's just, stuff like that's funny to me. Maybe the kid was just playing love games. I don't know. Or head games. Be funnier if I knew the name of the song. I don't know if you guys can even hear the music in the background. I hope not. I get copyright problems. Alright, so. Whoa. I want to break my chair, Jesus. That'd be nice if I'm talking and going, yeah, and this is blah, 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 and I just kind of like, whoa, and just break and fall down. Funny story, when I used to be much larger and fatter, which was hilarious for a lot of people, except for me, I remember there was a chair that I had in my house, and I was talking to my sister, and the chair was like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like the support, all right, here's the seat, like here's where you put your butt, this is where you sit, right? And instead of having like legs coming down, it kind of like looped around the back, and then there was legs in the front, so there's no like literal support. The support was in this like arch thing. I don't know if like this helps you visualize any of that, but seat, and I follow my finger, this is how the leg was. It came around and like that, like a big letter C. Okay, that's how the chair looked. So I'm having a conversation with my sister at our dinner table, and all of a sudden, as I'm talking, I'm like melting. And like it was happening slowly. And what happened, my fat body was just kind of squishing the chair down, and that metal tubing was just going, screaming. It was just melting down and squishing down. And I didn't notice it right away. I'm talking to her, I'm like, you know, having a conversation, and all of a sudden, like, I'm going further and further down until, like, literally the table's right here, and she goes like, "What are you doing?" And I didn't realize it, and all of a sudden, it just snapped. It gave, and I fell on the floor, and she laughed at me. Pretty nice, huh? Why was I talking about that? What made me bring that up? Feels like it's going out, so I'm trying to get it kick-started here. Now I hear a real bike. I like the gurgle bikes, you know, motorcycle that has some balls to it. Just, that's what I like. Those Kawasaki crotch rocket things, they're cool. Don't get me wrong. Don't get offended if you're like that kind of guy. Come on, that's silly stuff. But if I had a bike, that's what I get. I don't necessarily like need a Harley or something. I know there's a lot of nice ones out there, but that's the kind of bike that I would ride. You know, something that just had like a grumble. Speaking of grumble, I drove today my friend's Corvette. It's a 75th anniversary, and it's like a Stingray style. I'm trying to think of the year. Obviously 75 years, but really cool car. In fact, I'll show that in future videos. First time I ever drove like a sports car, and it was really, really cool. I had a hard time not like just slamming on the gas. You know, she was with me in the car, so I didn't want to like start peeling out and stuff. But I mean, you feel the power behind you, and this one's all modified up, you know, everything you could possibly do to it. But it was really cool. I've never driven a car like that before. All right, so it is a tobacco review, right? Not like a vlog. It's a long one, isn't it? Okay. So I have about a little past halfway on the pipe here. Tobacco's right about here, and we're more than halfway through this journey together. Hey, you guys asked for this. Don't blame me if you're bored. Ooh, we got thunder. We get a little rain coming. Yeah, let me do a relight here real quick, and then I'll give you more info on the tobacco. All right. At this point, it's still the same. I like it as an aromatic. It's burning cool. It's not burning me up, which is nice. That's always a huge plus. That's like the first biggest hurdle you have to get over with an aromatic. Flavor's pretty good. It's sweet. Great room note, or aroma burning out of the pipe. So far, because I've had the pleasure of also trying the cigarillos, definitely prefer the cigarillos. They pack even more punch, so I mean, if you happen to smoke the cigars and you want to try the pipe or pipe tobacco version of it, you can. It's similar. It's not the same. Not nearly as sweet as I would have liked. The cigars were very sweet, but again, that's a lot having to do with the wrapper itself. It's not bad. It's not my favorite. The tobacco, the cigarillos, probably one of my favorite small cigars to date is the CAO. All the flavor. Well, I've had the Bella Vanilla ones before, but I like to try the cherry bombs too. But yeah, the Moontrance cigarillos, which Pipes and Cigars also sells, but I didn't get any in this order. They're really good. If you're looking, for a small cigar, like you want to try cigars, but you don't want like a big fat cigar, you don't want to smoke for an hour and a half, definitely check those out. It's not a review of those, but they're really good. This is kind of so-so. It's not bad. It's just not my favorite. You hear that? radio. They're talking about how Pennsylvania has one of the lowest taxes on tobacco. That was interesting timing. I can go for a cup of coffee. It's a long video. I know my camera doesn't have a timer. I like when people do that, like they're filming, they're like looking at their camera trying to figure stuff out. Ooh, ooh. That's stuff that makes me laugh. Little things in life like that. Alright. We're nearing the finish line here. But again, it's not a race, so not in any rush. Just relaxing. The video's as long as it's going to be, you know. I did some short videos without smoking. I did some medium videos, and here's a long one. Not bad. It's not bad. I kind of like it. Put it this way. I like it enough to smoke the rest in here eventually. And by the way, all the tobacco reviews that I've done, all this stuff's going to be saved, and I'm going to try this again like a year from now. I'll go back to some of the ones that were like crappy and see if they've changed. When you cellar tobacco or store it for long periods of time, you do it properly, it actually benefits. You know, it's like a fine wine or something. It will, certain things like the English blends, they will mellow out. They will meld together the flavors. Virginias are supposed to be one of the best types of tobaccos for aging because they will bring out something extra that they don't have when they're fresh like that. Kind of like when you smoking cigars. I can really tell after having a bunch of cigars now, and I don't film all of them, but I can really tell the difference between aged cigars and young cigars. They really don't have that like well-balanced thing going on, you know. They're more spicy, they're more like, just, you can tell they're young, and it's very much the same with whiskey. If you've ever had a variety of whiskeys, you'll find that the young ones do have more of like a bold, shocking in your face, and the older ones have been in cask for, you know, 5, 7, 10, 13 years. I mean, well, 13 is an odd number. 12 years. I'm trying to think of a good example. I can't think of one offhand right now. Well, the Elijah Craig 12-year-old bourbon. One of my favorite bourbons. Really, really good. And there's a balance. There's a all the rough edges are taken off, you know. So, what do you want to talk about? More knife reviews, by the way, for anyone who's interested. Lots of knife reviews, actually. Just have to find the time to do it. Alright. At this point, we're nearing the end. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but there's really not much in there. It's about right here. But I'm going to let this rest for about a minute or so. I'll revisit it. We'll have a couple more puffs, and then I'll give you my conclusion. Because when I smoke a pipe, I do not smoke it all the way down to nothing. Reason being is 9 out of 10 times that tobacco gets pretty gunked up and just wet and nasty and kind of ashy towards the end, and it's just bitter. It's not good. It doesn't matter if you have a cheap tobacco or an expensive one. That happens to pretty much all of them. There's very few tobaccos that I've just smoked completely through and just, it was awesome the entire time. One of them was the Caramel Rush, I believe, was really good aromatic that just all the way through, from beginning to end, perfect. Loved it. One of my favorites. So, just taking a little break. A lot of dark clouds coming, so yes, we're definitely going to get some kind of a storm or something. Oh, I'm tired. You ever have like a really, really long day? And like when you crawl into bed at the end of the day, you're like, you know, your muscles hurt. But it feels good. You feel accomplished. It's not like I'm going to die kind of feeling. It's just nice. Ooh, good song. Happen to be a big Beatles fan. I don't know if you can even hear the music. Keep commenting on it. I'm telling you, This what's life about. This what life about. This is what life's about. The only thing that makes this better is good company. And I've had good company all day long. This is just my mellowing down time. Waiting to take you away. I am definitely going to make a cup of coffee after this. Go back on YouTube, check some emails, some messages, answer some questions, edit some videos, upload some videos. Yes, the tobacco. Alright, let's hit this 2 more times, or 3, or 4, a couple puffs, and then we'll call it a day with this one. The magical mystery guitar. I can't sing very good, but that's okay. It's reaching that bitter note stage, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Calling it a day on this one. Once you get to the end there. By the way, this is what I do at the very end to put it out. There's actually a couple ways you can put it out. A lot of times I'll just keep mixing it up with the poker here until it's out. Another good tip, which I learned from, I believe, Joffrey the Giant, is you cover your bowl completely. You get a complete seal on it, okay? It's going to be harder with some pipes than others. And you suck on it, okay? And you create a vacuum. What happens is you're taking all the oxygen out, and we don't have fire without oxygen. So you hold it, in other words, you suck in, and you feel the resistance, and you just hold it, you know, for about 10 seconds or so. And you check it, and you keep doing that until it's out. So let's try that. So right now, it's smoking, right? Feel bugs already? That's the one thing I don't want. I don't want to deal with bugs this summer. Alright, anyway. Alright, so let's try that. Nothing. So that worked. A little combination of me stirring it up and doing that. Alright, so when I'm all done, this is one thing is I don't have an ashtray. I gotta get an ashtray. But when I'm all done, I go inside and I get the rest of the tobacco, dump it out of my pipe, and what I'll do now is I'll clean my pipe after every second smoke. So I'll smoke a bowl, put it away. You know, like I'll wipe it out, but I won't do like an actual thorough cleaning. And yeah, I'll do a video on cleaning in the future. Then I'll, the second time I smoke it, when I'm done with it, you let it cool completely. Completely. Otherwise you start cleaning it, the hot pipe, because I mean right now, go ahead, feel it. Go ahead, grab it. Oh, I forgot, you can't grab it. It's warm. It's pretty warm to touch. That's why smoking in the wintertime is really nice, because it keeps your hands nice and toasty. But yeah, when you're done, when it's hot, do nothing with it. In fact, there's a lot of old pipe books and stuff that they say to have one pipe for every day of the week, so that you always have a pipe available to you, because you don't want to smoke one hot, then put it down, then smoke again. I'm just wetting my finger to get the ash off the rim there, or the head of the pipe. Sometimes you get a little bit of ash from the tobacco, or a little soot from your lighter and or match. Now we're spiffy clean here. So, yeah, I want to get one of those nice ashtrays with a knocker, a cork knocker. And basically it looks like a miniature doorknob made out of cork. And then you turn your pipe upside down and you tap it on the cork, so this way it's not going to damage your pipe, but it also knocks out the rest of your burnt tobacco. So I'm going to clean this up in a minute, so I'm going to remove my tobacco on the table here for now. Now, after you remove what's left, alright, I'm all done. It seems empty. Give it 2 little quick toots. And you can see the stuff that shot out onto my arm. But those little stubborn pieces that you can't get when you're using the poker. Don't scrape the inside of your bowl either. As far as like the carbon cake, you know, building a cake on a pipe is basically each time you smoke it, you build this layer of carbon. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't really have a feeling. I don't like to build a heavy cake. I will clean it out after, you know, maybe 10 smokes or so. But I don't smoke that often enough to really make a huge difference. But that is pretty much it. So conclusions on Moontrance. It's a decent aromatic. Doesn't blow me away. If you like the idea of the flavors and it sounds pretty good to you, definitely check out the little cigarillos. Now, if the cigarillos are not your style and you do like pipe tobacco, I would recommend trying it, but it's really not it's not like awesome, like you have to go out and get it right now. But it's definitely worth a try. And check it out, because there's also 3 other flavors. I did Elaine's Dream, which is my favorite aromatic ever. That so far even beats the Caramel Rush that I tried that I really liked. Awesome. I also have Bella Vanilla, which I want to try. I do not have Cherry Bomb, so eventually I will try Cherry Bomb. But CAO flavors, Moontrance, pipe tobacco, it's decent. It's not bad. Not a bad aromatic. Biggest thing on this one, it won't burn you up. That's huge for a lot of people, so it's worth a shot. Anyway, that's all. Hope you guys enjoyed the extended version here. It's like you bought the CutleryLover DVD and you're watching the extra features now. You know, I don't always like making really long videos, but some people did request a full-on start-to-finish pipe ordeal. And like I said, I mean, I hate doing things when I'm dirty. I'm all grimy and dirty. I'm actually going to go take a shower, settle in for the night, make a cup of coffee, enjoy a little TV. Yes, I finally got TV back. Forked over the dough to get cable back, because I didn't really miss TV itself so much, but I did miss NASCAR. And yes, say what you will, but I am a big NASCAR fan. And I go to races and I have an awesome time. And in fact, I hope to go to Watkins Glen this year. I hope to go to Richmond again. If I do any of these tracks, I will let you guys know, because when I went to Richmond last year, a lot of people from Virginia in the area said, hey, why don't you tell me? I would have went there, met you and talked knives, guns, whatever, watched the race, enjoyed it. NASCAR is one of these things where it gets a lot of flack and people say, yeah, just go around track. Let me tell you something. I thought of that most of my life. I actually went to a race and I started learning about the race, and it's one of my favorite sports. I don't want to make a whole thing on it, because it's supposed to be a tobacco review, but the short of it is that it takes way more endurance and physical strength than you would ever imagine. It's more complicated than you like to think it is. And I'm talking to people who say like it's stupid. And it's got to be the most American sport there is. It's amazing. And when you go to a NASCAR race, at least what I've experienced so far, it's not like I went to Giants Stadium a couple times, big Giants fan, and you watch a football game, and people on the other side, if you're watching Giants first, I don't know, the Panthers or something, you got Panthers fans like, boo, Giants suck, It's not like that in NASCAR. No one really cares. I mean, some people don't like certain drivers. Kyle Busch, of course, gets a lot of flack, but he can be an a-hole sometimes. But generally speaking, it's a better experience. It's really cool, and I know a lot of people think it's a big hillbilly drunk fest too, and there's certainly the drinkers there, but there's still kids that go, and the parents don't have to worry about like crazy fights or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, put it this way, everyone has their idea of what NASCAR may be, but when you actually go experience it, totally different. I love it. I can't get enough of it. It's really cool. So I got TV back so that I can watch some races. And I'm also in a NASCAR pool. So, it's fun. I pick some drivers each week, and you know, gives me some motivation to watch the races too. It's fun. Another good song. Alright, I'm going. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it, as always. Ooh, there's a little earthquake with the table shaking. You know what? I enjoy my life. I really do. It's really little, simple things. And something like YouTube videos for you guys, it makes me happy. So, I really appreciate your time, as always. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take it easy.